Ow! Back when I was in the ring, I was the lone wolf. In this movie, this wolf may not be alone. What's going on, people? Alex Thorn here, and I'm just a rock and roller who in his downtime likes to watch movies while wearing a bandana. And this time, I got to head to AMC courtesy of Blumhouse, a personal invite, brother. And I can't believe it because this is my very first studio invite to a screening ever. Before we get into the full details of Wolfman in 2025, I'd like to ask you to hit the subscribe, like, and comment down below on what you think about this review, about this movie, and if you're gonna watch this movie. But with that being said, what is Wolfman in 2025 all about? Blake and his family are attacked by an unseen animal and in a desperate escape barricade themselves inside a farmhouse as a creature prowls on the perimeter. As the night stretches on, however, Blake begins to behave strangely, transforming into something unrecognizable that soon jeopardizes his wife and daughter. This movie, honestly, as somebody who likes horror movies but hasn't really been watching Wolfman or wolf-oriented movies in a long time, I gotta tell you, the last wolf movie I saw that might have been Dog Soldiers when that came out, and I don't remember when that was. That's how long ago that was. I was also called the Lone Wolf, Alex Thorn, and had that ow thing when I came out to the ring. It was part of my logo and all of that stuff, but none of it really had anything to do with Wolfman lore other than the fact that I was a lone wolf then, and I'm a lone wolf now. Directed by Lee Wanell, this movie is very atmospheric. I was surprised, and I may be jumping a little bit far ahead on this, but I was surprised at how old school this movie felt. There's not a lot of jump scares for the sake of jump scares. This movie felt very non-Blumhouse, if you know what I mean. Like Night Swim was Blumhouse. Many other movies that we've seen that we were not impressed with were Blumhouse, but every now and then, like Megan, like Speak No Evil, Blumhouse really brings it to you with something great like Wolfman right here in 2025. Blake, the lead character in this movie, it's a very simple cast of Blake, his wife, and his daughter. Of course, the family is in shambles, and what family doesn't seem to be in shambles in any of these movies, especially because one person is working, the other person isn't, but they're too busy to pay attention to their family, and the kid senses how separated the household is, and they attach themselves more to one person than the other. It's a tale that is told over and over and over again because it's true. There are certain events that lead this family from the busy hustle and bustle of the city life back to the cabin where Blake grew up. Something goes awry, and now they must barricade themselves in his childhood home because something is hunting them down. And as I said earlier, the movie is very atmospheric. Something that adds to that atmosphere is the sound in this movie. The sound in this movie is, maybe it's because I watched it in IMAX, and this particular theater had some great speakers, but it was everywhere. Those sounds of the wolf not only breathing and doing its thing and running were coming from behind and to the front, but it's a really, really good soundscape that's in this movie. And with it, me talking about the atmosphere and with me talking about the sound, I have to speak on something that it kind of boggles my mind on how everybody has gone crazy over this, which is the look that has been revealed of the Wolfman. Look, let me tell you this. There's a lot of people who are prejudging, and I'm assuming that they're prejudging because they want clicks, and they're over exaggerating the fact that they hate it and they don't like it. The way this movie is shot, the filters, the coloring of this movie, you rarely can tell what this Wolfman looks like. And let's be honest here, there is no perfect look for the Wolfman. There's the old Don Chaney ones, there's the ones from The Howling, there's the ones that came out in the late 1990s and 2000s, there's the action ones, there's the new werewolf ones. There's a ton of different versions. And this particular version that's in this movie, it fits the tone of the movie. You have to watch it, you have to be there, you have to feel the sense of not knowing what's happening, of being chased around. All I gotta say is the look works for the movie and the movie works for the subject. Towards the end of the movie, there was this feeling of like, oh, this is the end. Oh no, well, that's the end. Oh, well, no, then that's the end. So it did one of those things. And I've noticed that there's a few movies that have been doing that lately, where you feel like this is it. No, and it just keeps going and it keeps going. And I'm like, why? That didn't add anything to this. That would be the only drawback. And with me saying that, I think we need to get to the bandana rating for Blumhouse's 2025 Wolfman. I'm going to give this movie 4 bandanas out of 5. There's really not much I didn't like about it at all. I think it ran a perfect runtime of about 90 to 95 minutes, which is perfection. Movies need to get back to that time. It had great coloring. It was dark. It was atmospheric. It was claustrophobic. It was old school. There wasn't jump scares. There's a twist in the movie that you don't expect from the trailers that everybody's hopping on and going crazy for. I think this is going to be an unexpected hit for those that watch it, but I think it's going to be a hit for those that watch it that go in blindly. Those that go in with all the premonitions and all the things they thought about when they saw the trailer. I think if you didn't like the trailer, you're not going to like the movie. But if you just came in there fresh like me, who I saw the trailer once a few months ago and never saw it again, this was a pleasant surprise. 4 bandanas it is for me. Guys, with all that being said, let me know down below, are you going to watch Wolfman this weekend? And if you have seen it, please, let's talk about it in the comments. I want to chat with you guys. What did you guys think about the way he looked? What did you guys think about the story? What did you guys think about the characters? And most importantly, if you want to talk about this and more, you got to join this channel's memberships. That's right. Thorn Theater has real deal membership laminated cards for all of you Thornaholics out there and horror lovers. Not only that, but you get to request your own reviews. Let's say there's something out there you're really dying for me to review, but the masses may not want it, or it's not something that's gonna move the numbers. Guess what? You pay. You control the narrative. You get early access to videos, live only chats, as well as exclusive watch-alongs just for members right here on this channel. And if you don't feel like committing to that, you can always leave me a super chat, super thanks, or buy me a coffee. Buy me a coffee right now is a way that you can support somebody like me for making videos just for you guys, doing what we love to do. But guess what? If you buy me a coffee, at least you're fueling the journey. And right now, Buy Me a Coffee has an update to where when you leave your note of why you have gifted me coffee, I can respond back to you in video form. And with all that being said, guys, there's also another place that we can chat about things and we can talk about things, and you can log your favorite movies and be a critic as well on Letterboxd. And if you don't know about Letterboxd, Letterboxd is a social media site for movie lovers. And if you love my reviews and other reviewers here on YouTube, I'm pretty sure they have a profile on Letterboxd. This is video, that's the written word, and you can interact with it and you can see a log of all of the films that we have reviewed and all of the films that you have reviewed once you create your profile on Letterboxd. There's tons of exclusive opportunities for sneak previews and early showings through them. So I'll catch you on Letterboxd. Guys, thank you for watching my review of The Wolfman, and thank you once again to Blumhouse for sending me out to my first ever studio screening of a movie. I'm Alex Thorn, and you know what I gotta do? I gotta rock out, watch some movies, and review them for you.